Nobody knows me like you do. You just read my mind. Nobody gets me except for you. Like we're intertwined. Seasons come and go. Universe will change, but I'll feel the same. Thought that you should know. Even if my eyes are closed, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you.
What's going on, y'all? I'm David, this is RV Family.Life, and I am at the Thousand Trails Pacific City, and I am starting this video right here at the most controversial point of the whole park. That's right, there's a hill with a corner. This hill with a corner had me scared before I even got here. I heard so many nightmare stories about coming to this park. I will say that if you have one of the newer fancy trucks with the 360 cameras, it makes it a lot easier to get around this corner, because the biggest problem is not just who's coming around this corner. Thankfully, you've got that mirror back there to help you see, but then there's drop-offs, and you can see all kinds of scrapes in the asphalt up here as people have basically destroyed their leveling jacks coming around this corner going up this hill. This is the most controversial point of this park. There's other issues going on here, but this is the biggest deal. And here comes another person. The other thing that's driving me nuts about this park is that this road is kind of a single point of failure. If you look beyond this truck that's coming up, you can see our truck down there. This road being a single point of failure, there's just so much traffic here. So stinking much traffic on this road and around this corner. We saw our next door neighbors just past us had a Subaru. They parked a little close to the road. I didn't think that they were out of line, but a guy came down the hill with its Class A doing this two-way traffic right here, and he snagged their left turn signal, or brake light, I should say. I immediately went out and moved my truck closer into the RV. It's just too much traffic here. We had another friend that we met at our previous park that told us about he stayed somewhere in this area coming up this hill, and somebody came around the corner or whatnot and hit his truck because they just couldn't see like over their hood coming up this hill. So, like I said, a lot of controversy about this. But let's look at the rest of the park. There are various options like this site here, F14. You better have a small rig if you're gonna fit there. Where we got our rig actually works very well for us because it's wide open sky for Starlink. We'll take a look more at that later. But let's go up the hill. At the top of the hill is the lodge. It is a 3-story lodge with an amazing view of the Pacific Ocean. You see the drop off in the asphalt there as you come around the corner. Look at all those scrapes. A lot more scrapes on this slope right here. This park has a lot to offer. It can be a bit frustrating getting in here. They've actually got kind of a bear-proof dumpsters here, if that tells you anything about the wildlife. You can go over that way to the lodge. There is a dump station here and one further down the hill, and I believe there's 5 bathhouses here. So that's coming up the hill right there. I could see where if you're parked in one of those, if somebody comes over the hump right there where they could possibly not see where they're going and hit you over the hood of their vehicle. Sites G22 and 24, they have a view of the Pacific Ocean over there from their picnic table. That's pretty epic. Just came up, I'm coming around the hill and I just realized I can see the big haystack rock over there, and I can see the top of my RV right there. And Tanya's just hanging out in the truck down there. And there is the Pacific Ocean. So you have a lot of opportunity for some epic views at this park. You just got to be very careful. so much traffic. Camping spots here in the trees, how they're dealing with Starlink, putting their picnic table out front. I was hoping, I'd like to show you all an empty site, but I don't think there are any empty sites. This place is so popular. There was a sign I just passed that said stop, no campers beyond this point, but they've got two of these parking lots with hookups up here. I feel like it's overflow, but they're only going to allow the smaller rigs in here. It's got 50 amp. I think this entire park has 50 amp, and all the 50 amp hookups look fairly recent. Like the electrical stuff here looks like it's been upgraded within the last year or two. Got a playground, mini golf, 2 pickleball courts, and a basketball hoop right there. So when we drove up to the lodge, I was a little confused because there's a couple of ADA parkings up there. I'm like, how do I park so that I can go into the lodge? This is do not enter. What you have to do is drive right through here. There's a parking lot right down there that's got some stairs that take you up. And then when you leave there, it swings you through the woods and out right here. And that's how you park for the lodge. This building right there is the indoor swimming pool. And on the other side is an outdoor hot tub. There's the indoor pool. This is the stairs down to the parking lot for the lodge. It's a pretty aggressive stairs. At least they're normal stairs with handrails on each side. That's helpful. Let's go check out the Pacific Mist Trail. Now, in the scheme of things, as far as Thousand Trails go, this is not a high-use park, but this place is hot and popping. I was actually surprised with so many people being scared of that hill and that controversial corner on that hill. You would have thought there'd be more availability here. But they seem to be pretty packed or sold out. There are some sewer spots that are kind of down at the bottom of the hill. When we came here, though, we couldn't get to those because they were blocked off by signs that said no turnaround past this point. Well, it turns out that they are putting in a brand new septic system down there, and they got a bunch of big construction vehicles, and 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, they have all that closed off so that they can work. But now that it's the weekend, or if you show up in the evenings, you could potentially go down there, turn around, and maybe find one of those spots that has a sewer hookup. The trees are a bit thicker though, and Starlink is probably not going to work so well down there. All right, here is the Pacific Mist Trail. I wanted to walk this trail because it looks like it's beautiful, but the importance of this is if you are staying down in loops A or B, and you wanted to walk up to the lodge and the pool, this is essentially your shortcut to get up there. So I wanted to come see just how short of a cut this is. This is quite a bit more of a hiking trail than I was expecting. As I'm coming down this trail, I can see over here, that is the A camping loop right there, in the woods. There's a pretty big drop off right here between me and those RVs. Out here looking for Ewoks. There's some pretty significant drop-offs on some of these steps, so if you're going to take this trail, just know that this might be not for everyone. I got right here to the handrail and realized I can hear water trickling through there. And there is a little bridge coming up. Wow. Some big trees that have fallen down. There's the water I could hear. This is the other end of the Pacific Mist Trail. Camping Loop A starts just around that corner over there, and the Welcome Center is right up there. So when you're headed in this way for the first time, it looks like this is the entrance right over here, but it's not. That's the re-entrance. You're gonna go on down maybe another 1,000 feet and turn around. They've got a nice long drive-in with 2 lanes for all the RVs to pull in. And then that's the Welcome Center where they'll get you all checked in. Hey, little squirrel. That little dark brown squirrel, I've never seen one that color before, came really close to me. Interesting. At any rate, once you get all set, then they'll get you your gate code and you'll come through there. When you depart, it'll be through this side. And if you leave for groceries or whatever else you're gonna do, you're going to come back through this side. You don't need to bother with that side over there. Nice staff at the Welcome Center. One thing I was surprised by was a big green sign as I was approaching that says, please present your registration and your insurance for your RV. Caught me off guard because I've never seen that being asked for before for checking in. So I had to go and scramble and dig everything out. Not a huge inconvenience, but if you're not prepared, it might be a problem for you. Best to have those things prepared. It would be better if more places would ask for it. I can understand why they're asking for it. Because not everybody's asking for it, it causes you to kind of drop your guard and think, oh, it's no big deal. No one's ever going to ask for it. So just be prepared. When you come here, they actually take your insurance information and put it into a computer. Free complimentary Wi-Fi there at the office, as well as in the lodge. Some pretty epic tall trees here. I've been fascinated by these foxgloves. Never would have known. I sent a photo to my friend Lindsay and she knew exactly what those were. This here is the A camping loop. A lot of people were telling me that this one would be a good spot for the big RVs. Well, I can tell you that just the drive through here was narrow, very narrow, and it was reminding me of Le Conner. And Le Conner definitely stressed me out. This is interesting. Oh, somebody must have like a Class C or Class B and they must have just left for a little while. I was gonna show you that campsite, but it looks like they're probably coming back. Maybe. Let's go take a look at one of these ones over here. I could have possibly gotten my RV into this spot, but I would have had to probably park my truck at like the bathroom. I don't think I would have had room to get the RV and the truck all into one campsite. But we got a good picnic table, steel legs, nice on the ground fire ring with barbecue pit. Looks nice with those pavers around it. And they've all got the water spigots that are made for withstanding colder temperatures, which is pretty cool. And they pretty much all have the same kind of 50 amp, 30 amp, 20 amp hookups. I call this Camping A and Camping B loops. This is the forest. This is where the tallest trees are. Something to note about a few of these sites here, the way that they're angled, you pretty much have to be headed out to get into those. So they're almost like the last sites when you think about it, because those are the last sites available to you before you get up to the exit to leave. And about the only way to get turned around in here to take advantage of those, especially with the big rig, is to go up top and take that hill and that corner in order to just be able to get back here to get into one of these spots. That was kind of interesting. Restroom number 1 just had one ADA shower. That was it. Same size bathroom as restroom number 2, where we've been going, which has 2. There are 6 Thousand Trails parks on the Pacific Coast in Oregon and Washington, 4 in Oregon, 2 in Washington. And the amazing thing I've discovered is that the temperatures here are always very reasonable. It's like 60 something degrees right now, and it's over 100 degrees over in the eastern side of Washington and Oregon. After you come through the B loop, you're coming over here into the C loop, you've got a one-way route you can take right there that kind of avoids going up this way, up a hill and back down again. It looks a little intimidating. It's not bad at all. You can actually see the road, the outside of the park is just right off there. Like I said, it feels like a mountain road that's too narrow. It's not that bad. But I'm gonna go up this way and we'll take a look at the dump station. On the way up this hill, you can see there's gazebo parking, and there's the gazebo. And I took Tanya and the girls up there to the gazebo so they could see the views. You've got some great shots of the Pacific Ocean from there. There's a bench to sit on to look out over the water. right there. That's your best view right there. Looks like there's some surfers out there right now. Oh, there is a better view down here. There's a picnic table. Nice. So you can sit here at this bench and see the beach. Yep. Big old toy hauler. It can be done. Here's where the C campsites start. I think C2 might have worked for us. Maybe. No, I think we could have gotten into that spot. It looks tight, but overall, I like the angle. I think it would have worked. Here's the what I call the lower dump station, because you do have one up further up the hill that you can take advantage of. Since there's so many sites without sewer, if you're staying here long term, you're gonna have a plan like I do to be using your tote to bring your, if at the very least, your shower water. That's what we go through the most. As I come out of the dump station, I can see the ocean over there. These three sites right here, C12, 14, and 15, all have terrific spots overlooking the ocean. This couple right here was smart. They loved it so much. They went ahead and bought the spot for a year. And they give you papers talking about that when you check in. It starts at like $6,300 for the year, which is like, I think they said 510, something to that effect, per month to have a permanent spot. And I asked the gentleman, I said, are you okay not having a sewer spot? And he's like, my wife loves this spot so much, we're willing to put up with that. So yeah, I could see that. Pretty beautiful spot to be able to stay there all year long. So right here in the C Loop, you've got the beach trail. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go and show you some of this trail. When you first start out, it looks like, oh, this is easy, this is no problem, but it gets worse. So it's fenced and gated right here, and they close this at dusk. Be a pretty long walk around if you miss your chance to get back through this gate. And then here is the public road right here that runs right west of the park. I've seen this bus stop for Pacific City. I don't know that they're still running any buses. But you got a crosswalk here and then those stairs over there. Thank you for waving me on. All that seems fine. The problem that you run into back here is you've got the trail kind of eroding and you just got like some roots to kind of step down on. I wish that somebody would take a little bit more care on this trail, make it a little bit better, put some railroad ties or something in here. If you get tired, there's a bench. We're descending pretty fast. I can turn around and I can actually see up into the 1,000 trails, see an RV up there, a couple of them. You're probably looking at this and going, oh, this is nothing, this is easy. For a lot of people, that yeah, this totally could be very easy. But unfortunately, Tanya has issues with balance. And so when you add a lot of these obstacles and uneven terrains, this can be really tough for her. So that's when we appreciate something that, well, like I can drive right there. You could see somebody right now driving through that narrow road. It's quite the drive. But here is probably the worst part of it. Choosing which way you're gonna go down right here. I'm thinking maybe this would be better. I took that one last time and it was pretty wet. This might actually be a little bit better. So I guess somebody dug through here to make this better. Thank you to whoever you are. It's pretty cool. Looks like a tunnel. And there's the beach. These pebbles right here too, as you're coming out, are all wet and rounded. So another opportunity for testing your balance. if you can make it out here on the weekday, I was out here on Friday morning, 9, 10 o'clock. There was like 5 cars in total. This is Saturday. It's quite busy. And that's the road, which I've now driven. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't have done it without 4-wheel drive. This entire situation, I would not come out here without 4-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure I've seen some people out here driving without it, but that's not for me. It's about this washout over here. This is the creek. I think this is the water that was running all through the Thousand Trails Park. It's coming down pretty solid. All right, time to head back up to the campgrounds and traffic jams. People coming and going through the drive out here. Looks like some kids were out here building a whole river structure. That's pretty cool. Time to go back up. 36. That's where you can drive up, and then the trail is right there. So the Pacific, this is the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, there's no disguising that. So we're at Pacific City Thousand Trails. So at the Pacific City Thousand Trails, they do have a beach trail that takes you down across the road and over to the beach and kind of deposits you out at the beach where all those vehicles are. It's got a marker number 36. And I wanted to walk down here to where all these rocks are because watching other YouTube channels, I saw where they were finding starfish and other beautiful things. Well, it was about 3,500 steps for me to make it from our site all the way over there. And the trail down is actually quite a bit more extreme than I was expecting. It's quite the drop down. So I drove us down. There is a road across the way, and I drove the Ram down. Thankfully, we've got 4-wheel drive because there was a couple of loose sandy spots out here that was troublesome, to say the least. So we're out here. Tanya wants to get her feet in the Pacific Ocean. She's walked out to the beach. It's always cold out here at the Pacific Ocean, so this gives her more of a chance to finally do this, put her feet in the water. So here we go. And over there's the Cape Kiwanda. You can't drive up those sand dunes, but it's pretty cool seeing, as Kira calls it, a bunch of human kites. People just kind of cruising around with their kites. We got some footage of somebody, they got theirs all set up and then basically walked in front of our truck on their way down there.
Till I'm gone, I don't need anybody. Only you can lift me up. And the truth is I'm falling. I'll be there till I'm gone. Funny when I'm looking back, every single photograph.
Septic jets.
Never fails to make me smile. Hold on, don't let go of me yet. Don't want it to end, just stay right here. Hold on, don't let this slip away. 'Cause I don't know anybody quite like you. You can lift me up. And the truth is I'm falling. I'll be there till I'm gone.
Hey, that almost got you. That almost got you, Kaylin.
That was unexpected. But now, from now on, you gotta expect the unexpected.
I'll be there till I'm gone. there till I'm gone.
Muscles.
Yeah. And the knee flex.
Yeah. Carnivore.
And the truth is unfolding. I'll be there till I'm gone. I don't need
Don't know what is happening right now.
only you can lift me up. And the truth is unfolding. I'll be there till I'm gone.
Just outside of bathroom number 2, I noticed this cute little markings. I think these are the old Thousand Trails markings. Washington is where Thousand Trails started, and I think this park is as old 1979, maybe. So when you're in the lodge, there's a newspaper that's like taped to a door, and that paper was printed in 1979, and I believe it talked about this park and a few other parks. It's interesting. It's survived up there this whole time. Like, that's 40 something years old. Wow. I don't know, I guess that's not enough time for paper to start disintegrating. So right now I'm going to take you down and show you the D camping loop. Over that way is F. Our RV is up there, and the hill with the turn is right up in there. Now when we came in here, this was all blocked off saying no turnaround this way, meaning we had to go up that hill. We were forced to go up that hill. So let's go down here. I'll show you the septic work that they're doing and just kind of take a look at the turnaround that is down here, because I don't think they're going to be doing the work down here much longer. It looks like they're about done. A couple of RVs coming in looking for a spot. So these are what the sites look like that have sewer. Not the big huge trees like the A and the B section, but it's enough cover though that if you're trying to work with Starlink, you may have some frustration trying to get clear shot of the sky. But here's what they've been working on, and why on Monday through Friday they closed down the ability to come and turn around down here. That's the new septic work they've been doing. I don't know if it just needed updating or if they're going to be expanding who all has sewer hookups. It would be nice. Those 2 RVs haven't found anything yet, and they had to use the turnaround down there at the end. Oh, someone's beautiful artwork. Let's see what restroom number 3 looks like. Restroom number 3 looks busy, so we won't be seen inside of there. Continue our tour down here to the turnaround. I'm sharing this with y'all because driving through here for me is kind of nerve-wracking. So I'm thinking if I can show you guys what these turnarounds look like and these roads look like, that maybe it'll help you decide whether or not this is a good park for you. Nice Starlink pole there. People are coming up with any way they can to make that Starlink work. So here's the turnaround at the end. And it was a big Class A and about a 30-something foot travel trailer. Just turned around back here. It can be done. I have confidence I could make it work. Turning around back here. There's a fish cleaning station. That seems like an odd location. Kind of far away from the beach trail. Kind of out of the way. But it's nice that they do provide that for you. Interesting, there's 2 more sites. They look like seasonal sites. And this gate is only temporarily open. There was a huge vehicle right here that had been used to dig out the old septic tanks. And I think they were just picking it up and taking it out of here a little while ago. Yep, that is the turnaround. It can be done. There's plenty of, even if you can't make it, if you're too wide, you could back up and remaneuver. I could do it. I could handle it. You may think, well, you're a pro. No, I'm not. Just because I've been RVing now full-time for 2.5 years, I'm definitely not a pro. All right, I'm heading into the F loop now. Here is F4 is nice and available. Right across the way is our RV. And you can see how we've got kind of wide open space for Starlink. And I thought that's really going to work well for us. Would have been great if it had sewer, but I guess you can't have it all here at Pacific City. This is F9. The temperatures aren't bad here at all, but having 50 amp as well, it's not been a problem. The sun's shining on it, not a problem at all. And the internet has been perfect in this spot. All right, I'm going to go up here, walk through some of the loops that go to the south up this way. Haven't even driven those yet, but let's go look at them together. When I came up to the top of the hill from there, I needed to turn around. I went up this road here and it goes one way both ways. I chose to go right and came out over here by the dump station, and that worked out pretty well. So at 41-foot rig, that should work for any of y'all that want to turn around and go back down the hill. There's the upper dump station and bathroom number 4. Somebody's taking a shower in bathroom number 4 too. I guess it's shower time. I mean, if you've been down in the Pacific Ocean, you probably want to get showered off too before supper. This campground also has yurts for rent. They also do have cabins, and I believe they do have getaway cabins if you need to use your free getaway cabin stay. This is where I came out when I was turning around. I kind of like that spot. If you're looking for a nice secluded spot, that looks pretty cool. Those sites over there are H. But I think we're sticking with F. We got another fork in the road, and right now, I don't know where to go. I know what you know. It says I campsites, getaway cabins, and cottages to the right. F, J, and K campsites to the left. I'm gonna have to pull out my map and take a look which way I'm going. Holy monkeys, there's another steep hill right there. Wow. Coming to the I loop, looking up here, and these sites to the right, it says tight turnaround and also says section full. They do not advise anyone over 30 feet to enter into this section. Let's go take a look at this. Well, apparently we got some getaway cabins over here, which looks like if you stay at one of these, you have some nice views. So you got a bit of a dip down here, and then the turnaround is down at the end. So this right here is the turnaround at the end of I. This is why they say they don't recommend anybody over 30 feet coming back here. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I could make it work, but it's gonna be like a 6-point turnaround. Yep, I wouldn't come down I with a 40-foot. So I come out of the I loop, and I want to continue up the hill, and it's a hill. Interesting, if you want to go up that hill, you can't turn right. You're gonna have to go back in the park somewhere and turn around so you can go up this hill. My goodness. So I think this is the last hill. When you come up, it says one way, you're gonna have to go this way. So let's follow this around and see what this looks like for if you're pulling your RV up here. Some of these look like they're more permanent. Like you can buy this spot and keep that cot for a while. And I do believe that they have, off their patio, they've got a view of the Pacific Ocean over there. So you can turn around at this point if you wanted to and get right back up to where that bathhouse is. But I want to take this all the way back and see what it looks like if we made it all the way to the end. So it starts to go back downhill a bit, somewhat aggressively actually. There's a small loop right here. Just stay to the right as you're headed back. This site is currently taken, but F58 is actually a pretty good sized site there. They just pulled out for a little while. Coming up to what they call the turnaround in the F loop. There are some big rigs back here, great big cyclone. Honestly, it's kind of looking like a cul-de-sac with all the big houses at the back. All right, this is it. This is your turnaround. Can you make this turnaround if you're over 40 feet long? Obviously, I'm not going to tell you you can or you can't. Only you know whether or not you're capable of it. I think I could get in the first pass. If not, maybe a little bit of a 2-point turn. See what kind of view we've got over here. Oh yeah, I can see the ocean. Can't necessarily see the beach, but I can see the water off in the distance. Beautiful. Well, I'm exhausted. I pretty much walked every road in this park now. That's a lot of walking, but I really wanted to show you guys what to expect if you're coming through here. Because to me, that was the most intimidating part, not knowing what to expect as I'm driving around. I previously had stayed at the LeConner 1000 Trails, which is a little rough for me as well. And I could say that the truck that we have can handle it. It's just a matter of, can the driver handle it? And when I got here, I did realize that having the 360 camera built into the truck is a huge advantage into these tight drives. Could I stay here for long term? Probably only if I was willing to be hauling the sewer tote around all the time. You're capable of staying here up to 3 weeks. I haven't seen a lot of people's tags that say they're staying more than a few days. It seems like a destination that you come to, not a place that you would come here and reside for a while. That's just my opinion. You've got your people that have kind of bought their annual sites, and this place is absolutely beautiful. So if you can make it work, I think it's a pretty epic spot to be at. Other than that, if you're not prepared for what it's going to take to get to a sewer site or haul your sewer tote around, if you're not prepared for all those, you're probably not going to want to stay here very long. Now, you will be told by many people that there is zero cell signal here, and I can mostly attest to that. I don't think you're going to get any data over anything, but our family has T-Mobile phones, and one thing we noticed was we're receiving text messages. That does not work over Starlink. Text messages have to go over the tower, and it wasn't just text messages. Tanya was sending photos over text to her dad. Usually if your text messages are going to struggle, you're really going to find out when you send a photo to your dad, because then it's going to error out. Happens to me all the time. So as we're looking at the bars, we've got like almost 0 bar strength, but text is going through. Thought that was kind of odd. Haven't tried a call without using Starlink, the Wi-Fi calling, haven't tried that out. So not sure if T-Mobile is making some moves to try to make some improvement here. It's hard to say, but everybody else is going to tell you there's no cell signal here. As far as grocery shopping goes inside Pacific City, there is a small grocery store that is a bit more expensive. Doesn't have a whole lot of great selection. You can make it about 23 miles back to the town of Tillamook, where you've got a huge Fred Meyer, and you've got Tillamook. You can get some cheese right where they make it. If you want a Walmart, it is quite a bit more of a drive. I think it was over 40-something miles to go to a Walmart. So Fred Meyer has an amazing selection of a lot of stuff. We've just discovered that their clothing is more expensive. So unless you need clothing while you're here, you can affordably get what you need at Fred Meyer. That's where I recommend going. We've gotten some great deals there. Shoot, while we were shopping at Fred Meyer, we were getting $3.99 per pound sirloin. We love that. All right, y'all, I'm ready to end this video. It probably ran really long. I apologize for that, but I really did want to show you guys what all these turnarounds and everything look like in this park, so that hopefully you guys can have some confidence and come here and enjoy this park and get out there and enjoy the Pacific Ocean and that giant haystack rock just to the south of here. Thank y'all so much for watching our video. We hope you'll come back and watch some more. We'd love to do RV park reviews, RV reviews, and just go on adventures as a family. Remember that life happens, even steep hills in the middle of your RV park. Don't let that stop you. Get out here. Stay fresh, cheese bags.